Easy Green, 2008. The time for everything, you know what I mean? It's how it is in this life. Go forward, or you stand still. Let's rock with me. Rock with the groove. Easy. Time for searching, a time for losing my way, a time for keeping, a time to get away and search for a better day, a time for learning, a time for suing, a time to be silence, and a time to be knowing, a time for tearing, a time for laughter, a time for dreaming, but my dream would be shattered, a time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time for peacemaking. Time to unwind, so much dreams in this life of mine. So much to combine, I'm walking on my goal line. So much on my plate, I can't even concentrate. Please, Lord, can you help me tonight? Can you help me through this fight, especially my crazy nights? I lost it all, but continue to evolve in this ongoing life. Friend has changed, family has changed, but my thought and heart still remain the same. Still maintain like a superstar. Words can't even explain how I got this far. So a time for me, a time for my friends would be what I'm looking for. I couldn't ask for more, so once again I'm asking for your help, my Lord. Your words of wisdom, knowledge will help me to this course. The chosen decision will frequently last. The gifting has given, hope me to learn in the past. Easy. A time for searching, a time for losing my way, a time for keeping, a time to get away and search for a better day, a time for learning, a time for suing, a time to be silence, and a time to be knowing, a time for tearing, a time for laughter, a time for dreaming, but my dream would be shattered, a time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time of peacemaking.
I'm lost with no decisions, of demons blurring my vision. Don't get it twisted, I'm on a mission, coming exquisite. So what you think, you really got the moves? And bring it on in and show us how you do. My mind's locked up and I'm kinda confused. Why the hold up and I'm ready to move? If time was held up, then I make it through. That's why it's so tough for me and you. Finally enough with decisions too. Dreams is just an escape from reality. It's never too late, no matter how bad it means. Practically a masterpiece, avoiding catastrophe. Overwhelmed by obstacles, good in the way. I'll overcome the impossible day by day. It's time for me to do what I was born to do. A time for life and coming through. A time to be great, a time for happiness too. I'm finally on top, I'm digging through the rough. I'm never gonna stop, it's never too much. I'm thankful to God and in my trust. I'm gonna be a star, now you just watch. I made it this far without getting caught. I'll remain with God and my soul is gone, but I still gotta pray that my name lives on.
A time for searching, a time for losing my way, a time for keeping, a time to get away and search for a better day, a time for learning, a time for suing, a time to be silence, and a time to be knowing, a time for tearing, a time for laughter, a time for dreaming, but my dream would be shattered, a time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time for peacemaking. I waited 10 years for a moment like this. I pray for days for a moment like this. I remember the time I wish I could switch yesterdays and problems in my way just to make time fit the way I want it to be. Far away in the top of the mountains, I used to sing time like a bird of prey. One love to my F1, respect to Versatile and AK the greatest. We the best. To everyone who died trying, one love and rest in peace. Now let's change the way we eat, the way we sleep, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we live, and the way we move on. Let's stop the war, cause why fighting in Iraq, spending money and guns? Why spending billions while we suffer for food and struggle, being emotionally scarred? A time for searching, a time for losing. losing my way, a time for keeping, a time to get away and search for a better day, a time for learning, a time for soaring, a time to be silence, and a time to be knowing, a time for tearing, a time for laughter, a time for dream, but my dream would be shattered, a time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time of peacemaking.